So I had to unpack and clean out all my old makeup, and I found a bunch of foundations and concealers that I once used to use, and I just wanted to see if I can rank them in some sort of system now, a few years later. Let's start with a real OG throwback, which is these LA Girl Pro Conceal tubes, which I was using a very long time back. From the looks of it, I had like not figured how to shade match myself yet. Let's see what we're working with. I know this is not gonna match at all. I hope this was a contour shade, but you never know. Or maybe I used it for color correction. Next shade we have is a bit more promising. So as it turns out, there is some horribly congealed little bit of product left. And would you say that is an okay match? Very yellow, but could probably work with that. So as a foundation itself, let's see how it works on at least covering up this big red spot. So basically my way of measuring everything is going to be how well it covers this red spottage here without doing anything else. So safe to say it has covered it, but with a big splash of yellow. It's not what we were looking for. It's not really horrible, but it's quite yellow. I bought a whole new pack of brushes to do this video because my old brushes were so old that I was convinced that I was getting acne out of them. I got these for like 400 bucks on Amazon, which is amazing. Let me clean this off, and after this we are coming for another throwback with the oil and concealer separated. I'm pretty sure these are even discontinued now. So let's see how they held up. So actually before we get to MAC, I forgot that I had an even more insane throwback for y'all. Wet n Wild concealers. These are probably the second concealers that I ever used, and I'll tell you, these worked very well back in the day, and I'm sure they work well now. Oh, my hand is wet. 1 second. Let's see. So this was not a bad shade match, and I was obsessed with these. I used to constantly use these, and oh, I didn't get rid of this. So let's see how it does against my red splotch. It's probably the worst decision ever to directly put this on my face, considering that these may or may not be expired. Now I'm blending it out with one of these brand new brushes. See, I really love these, which I can't tell why, because these two are very yellow. And I also had a darker shade for some reason, which is bound to be yellower. And it's almost over, so I guess I really trusted this off shade. Yeah. This decision was also made. Amazing shade matches. I'm getting a little bored of washing my face every time, so I'm just gonna run with it and end up with 50 different, okay, not 50, with 5 different at least colors on my face. Let's just go on to the next. So I know for a fact that I bought this as a very wrong shade back in the day. I just trusted someone and I bought it, but I made up for it with this one. But I will show you both because we are here for my misery. This is the correct one, which is too light, I guess. It does look like super light. Let's just ignore that splot there. I think till now, this is probably the best shade match that I have tried, and I thought it was too light. So clearly my problem was I was picking too dark foundations. So this is surprisingly matched so well, and there's quite a lot in here. So it looks like I've salvaged some foundation slash concealer to use. That's amazing. And now just for fun and for laughs, we are going to see this darker one, which I don't know, did I buy this with a blindfold on? Let's just put it on the bad side. Yeah, it's literally like not at all my skin tone at all. Somehow I made this decision. I don't know what was going through my mind, but okay, next concealer slash foundation. So I don't have it right now, but I'll tell y'all, one of the OG amazing foundations that I used to use was the Kiko Milano water based something foundation, and it was really good. Like, it was like skin and it used to blend out perfectly, but it was such a mess. It used to keep leaking, and at one point it had leaked entirely in my makeup bag, and there was a Kiko Milano sludge mixing with everything, and it was pretty bad. After that, I started using this Smashbox Studio Skin 24 Hydra foundation. Again, I have one normal and one much darker for I have no explanation for this. But this was another super favorite foundation of mine, and I guess the space I have left now is my forehead, so I will apply it there. I somehow only bought minis of this, and as you can see, I really used it a lot. These are honestly also amazing. I don't know why I really stopped buying these, but I just love experimenting with a lot of different foundations. That's probably why. It's looking a bit yellow, but maybe we can trust the process. Maybe just because I've applied this on my forehead, I feel like I have done that haldi, but like I'm unsure of the shade match. Okay, it is definitely yellow, but look at the like yellow coverage. Bad shade, yes, coverage still good. So I will still put this as a great foundation. Now we are done with all of my previous foundations, and we are going to before I get to any new one, another shout out to the Maybelline Fit Me. I feel like that's everyone's first ever foundation, and it really didn't disappoint back then, and it won't disappoint now. It's solid foundation to use. But now to my final foundation, which I have somewhere around here. Oh, before we get to that, I totally forgot I had bought a stick foundation as well once upon a time, which was also probably not my skin tone, but let's see, with chin, I guess. Yeah, either I was like a banana, or I was really convinced that I am this warm toned. See, again, all of these, like, I mean, the coverage is good and it's blending out pretty nicely, but it's just making me yellow. If this was purely about the coverage, about the blend, then we don't have much of a problem here. But as you can tell, my face is like 50 shades of yellow right now. So, but this side is good because this side is this. Now I'm gonna wash off my face and show you the current foundation I'm using right now, because that I believe is really good. And now if it turns out after trying all this that is also yellow, then I'm gonna have a problem, but it's okay, it's almost over. This last foundation was such an insane splurge for me that I went to Dubai to my cousin's house, and I didn't even realize what the conversion would be in rupees, but I had to have it, so I bought it. And to this day, I haven't really given it a deep thought because I don't think I would be able to process it. But here it is. I used it a lot, and now it looks very yellow. I think it might be the light. I'll go and show you another lighting after I've applied this, because I really believe in this foundation. And as you can see, I've used it up and I believe it has always looked good. Let's see what the truth is. Fresh brush. She deserves it. Okay. Please don't look very yellow like how you're looking in the pan. I hope it's just the light. Okay guys, is it really yellow? Have I been tricking myself for the past 2 years? Let's see if it covers a red splotch. I know it does. See, I believe this is an amazing foundation. Even though it has a yellow tint, it really gives a pretty great, amazing coverage. You can see the red spot though, kind of. And I also bought the Kat Von D Good Apple Concealer, which is somewhere. Today we're talking about this foundation. See, I believe it holds up. I consider it the best foundation I have used till date. If it is looking yellow right now, let us move farther away from my super bright mirrors and give it another chance. So here, a bit farther away from the light, I would say this still holds up. It's not making my face yellow. I like how it looks. I have not put concealer, so just ignore the raccoon eyes. And we will see one last final lighting. In this light, it looks great. Anyway, let's go back to my normal light. So this was I don't think I could even call it a ranking, but basically this was a thing of how many foundations, concealers I have tried out and loved or not loved or made poor color matching choices on my own. But I hope you enjoy this rambling sort of a video, and hopefully you get a little insights when you're going to get your next foundation or concealer. So thank you for watching. And did I just turn British there for 1 second? Thank you for watching, and I will maybe make more rambling rant sort of videos.